Hello again everyone, Sokka here, and welcome back to another episode of Planet Zoo Career Mode. And when we last left off, we were working on our silver medal. We need 5 more habitat species in our zoo. We started with this middle point here with a staff room. We have a caretaker hut, power source, and a vet clinic right here on this island. And what we're going to do today is stretch out this walk path down here to this island down here. So we need some power down here, that is for sure. We also would need some amenities, I think, as people who would make the long walking trek path down here would be hungry, thirsty, have to go to the bathroom, all of those things, because it's really inconvenient to walk all this way and not have a way back without walking back across the bridge. What I'm going to try to do is get the path running down here, like right along the edge, and then another bridge right over here, and see if I can come over the top, or maybe put a civilian gate here and have the path go through there. I don't believe our elephants are going to be too vicious against our people if they happen to walk like right by the elephant. We'll have to take a look-see. But the most important thing to do today is to get this island set up as best we can. We don't have any terrain modification tools here either, so we have to make the best use of these watering holes and cliffs and all that other stuff, because we can't smooth any of this out. We can't add any water. We can't take away any water. So first things first, let's see what animals we need in the zoo, and we can go from there. So I'll go ahead and take a look at the Animal Trading Center and see what animals we're missing. Alright everyone, so we made the stairway to heaven right all the way down. Pretty steep stairwell, and we got right here to the edge of the island. What we've done is we've placed a power generator and the water treatment plant right here, and that reaches far enough to get this water and this water and this water all purified by the time everything cycles through. We also have a Gulpy, a Chief Beef, and a Looney Balloon, as well as a restroom and ATM right over here. And the first animal that I think we're going to get, they need a little bit of water, and we have water right here ready to go. And that's going to be the African buffalo. Looking at the African buffalo, if we look at interspecies enrichment, we could possibly put them with the reticulated giraffe or the plains zebra, and I think we actually have maybe one of those in the zoo. Let me take a look here. So the warthog, tortoise, mandrill, plains zebra. Now I don't know if our zebra has enough space, so they share with the giraffe. So if we get 3, maybe if we get 3 African buffaloes in here and we can like stretch out this wall a little bit, we don't actually have to make a new enclosure for them. That would be interesting. Let's go ahead and get 3. And it was 1 male and 2 females, I believe, for the species data. Yeah, 1 male, 14 females, and we need at least 3. So let's go ahead and give it the old college try, shall we? We will find a male. $1,400 we'll go ahead and adopt and send to there. Now we need 2 female African buffaloes as well. So we have Narcasia, send to the zoo. And then we also have, without further ado, Moroa, $500. All right, so let's go ahead and play. And then once those animals get delivered, we're going to see exactly how much space this enclosure has. We have a little bit of space here to extend this barrier out. We can go pretty much all the way to the monorail, all the way to the cliff. We can extend this wall out a little bit more. So if we're like right on the edge of space, we might be able to get some more space. I don't know if we can manipulate this wall or anything. The bad thing is, with all of these things being with one big blueprint, we can't pick and choose our location. But yeah, looking at the terrain, oh, they need navigable swimming area. All right, and since we don't have terrain modification, unfortunately we can't add a pool over here. All right, so our old African buffaloes are going to have to go over here where we originally thought they would. So I will go ahead and build an enclosure for them and get them moved out of this enclosure, moved over here, and be right back. All right, first African buffalo has made it down here to parts unknown. Then we're also going to be waiting on a couple more. So next up, social and enrichment and the terrain. So they have plenty of land space and plenty of swimming area. We just have to get some more short grass up in here, it seems. So we can go ahead and paint that up. Let's make sure we have the biggest short grass brush and just get all of this short grass in. We also need some long grass as well, and basically we are getting rid of all of this sand. We're sort of in a desert environment over here. All right, so that is good on the short grass. Let's get in some long grass here and get rid of even more sand. And percentage-wise, I think we'll be okay. All right, so that's long grass in there. Now all we need to do is do some soil. That's rock. There's light soil. And that in the water didn't count, so it has to be right up here along the edge. And there we go, good soil. All right, so they don't need any hard shelter, either that or this is sort of counting as hard shelter. That is fine. They don't need any plants. So enrichment items for our water buffalo. Let's go ahead and get species, the African buffalo. No, that's the American bison. African buffalo. There we go. Hey, we know some enrichment items up in here. So let's go ahead and put down a rubbing post. That's going to be everything for its toy. Now let's do a large barrel feeder. And that's going to be everything for the food. Now let's get a large food trough and a water trough, if we can, water pipe. And there we go. So that is awesome. They have enough space. Yeah, and aside from the nutrition, they are doing okay. What is this? Cannot reach habitat. Habitat 11. Possibly to the work zone setup. Well, I thought for sure. We didn't actually add that. So there we go. Fix that work zone, so now we got 2 habitats up in here. And hey, veterinarian research is done. And now we've got the first step of clamptobacteriosis, which was the disease that was sort of ravaging us last time. We have 10 out of 14 species in the zoo. We need to research grizzly bear up to 3 so we can go ahead and get a hop on that. Siberian tiger rating, 2200 guess. Yeah, so we can go ahead and get level 3 grizzly bear on the docket. So we can try to get that all helped out. Now, one thing that we can do is look and see, since the African buffalo have a little bit of extra space, if we can find one of those common animals that shares space with the African buffalo here, we might be able to save a lot of space, get another animal up in here. So what I'll do is I'll look and see what habitat species don't we have that works well with the African buffalo here, and see if any of these that we don't have can hop in here, and be right back. Well, as I was looking through, I also noticed, I mean, our common warthogs are doing okay, 84%. But I looked at their habitat, and holy crap, that terrain is nowhere near what these warthogs need. So we can boost up their happiness a bit. I was actually thinking about moving these common warthogs over to the African wildebeest, or the African buffalo. But I think they're fine right here. No need to really mess things up. But what we do need to do is get a whole lot of terrain adjustment up in here. And we also need a little bit of hard shelter. All right, so we need some long grass now as well. We'll go ahead and put that down. And there we go. So now the terrain fits a little bit better, and we do need a little bit of shelter. Let's see. A 12, an 8 by 8. Can we get like a small shelter over here for them? All right, so there we go. Yeah, now they're going to be a whole lot happier, I think. Now they just need some enrichment items, and they need food enrichment. Let's see if our common Warthog does have any sort of food enrichment we can put down. Hey, we got the small barrel feeder. So that's a little bit better. So they got their mud bath, and we can't put down the forage box, we just don't have the space. But that will improve their welfare up quite a bit than where it was before. Looking at our African buffalo, all the other animals that it can share the space with, the sable antelope, the springbok, the common ostrich, we don't have access to. They are not in the animal trading facility. So we've got our giraffes running with our zebras. We've got common warthogs by themselves. Wildebeest? I don't know. Do we have black wildebeest for a choice? We've got bison. No, we don't even have black wildebeest as another choice. So unfortunately, these African buffalo are going to have to be fine by themselves, and we'll have to adjust our future animals. But we do have all of this area here we can interact with. Let's look at the power situation. So our power grid can run all the way up to here. What we might do is make another staff path back here and extend that range out just in case. Our water is fine. I believe for water purification purposes, yeah, that's pure, and that's going to get purified, so anything that we put along this way is going to be taken care of from water treatment. So next up on the docket is finding something else to put down. And looking at our animal trading facility, we don't have any bison in the zoo. Let's look at the Zoopedia and see how set up we are for that. So 4,000 feet, they don't need water, they just need a grade 3 fence, and they just need 3. So I think we can do some American bison up in here. So let's not take up this area. We'll save it for an animal that might need some water. So we'll make the fence, say, go right along here to the backside, and that may be enough space for them to roam around, continuing this path along the edge here. So I will get that enclosure built up and be right back. All right, waiting for our... not the buffalo, the bison to make its way down. But we've added some educational speakers here along the fence line. We've added some donation bins. We got our education board right here. And we've got our security guard patrolling, making sure that everyone throws away their garbage from Chief Beef and Gulpy. Let's go ahead and put down some benches as well. Of course, people will need to sit down and rest up, as it was probably a very long walk to come all this way across the bridge. So we'll go ahead and make sure that we have some place to sit for everyone. So if they get all tuckered out, they can pop a squat. And it's going to be a long run, yes indeed, a long run to get our bison down here. But we do have enough space down here for our bison, and we're not eating into that water yet, leaving this open for any new exhibit that we want to put down over here. This will be our 11th habitat species out of 14. So I don't believe the bison can live with anybody. But now that the bison is here, we can make sure that they are accommodated well. All right, so the environment, they don't need plants. Looking at terrain, they need a whole less sand. They can have as much grass as they want, though. That's very cool. So as long as there's no sand around here, that's going to be fine. Let's say we do half and half, long grass and short grass, shall we? And it kind of looks like they need to water their lawn. It's the grass is really, really dry out here, but everything is awesome. They have enough space. They don't need shelter. They just need enrichment. So let's go to our habitat here and search for the American bison. and see what we know. All right, so we've got the large barrel feeder for their food enrichment. Let's go ahead and play that and see. Yep, and now they need some toys. How about a large ball, good sir? And that will be enough to satisfy their needs. Let's go ahead and get in a large food trough, and let's get in a water pipe for some drinking action. And our buffalo, or I mean our bison, should be really happy. Yeah, enrichment, interspecies bonus. Oh, so they do live with somebody. The pronghorn antelope. Now, I don't remember. Critical infection undiagnosed. Call the vet. Our grizzly bear is about to kick the bucket. So hopefully we can get a diagnosis here while we work. And I believe we are already working, yeah, the grizzly bear to level 3. So we're already researching the grizzly bear, but not the disease. Yeah, we need to get the vet down here quick, fast, and in a hurry. I mean, we've got a vet clinic, like right here. So they shouldn't need to go far. Do we have a veterinarian assigned to Area 2? That's going to be a question. Yeah, so Tuan Ban, who is efficient. Okay. Where is our veterinarian? Here he comes. Yeah, get that bear and get them to your clinic, please. Because it would suck if we lost, like, all of our animals, like, lost our grizzly bears, because then we would lose the that count. And we are looking at the pronghorn antelope. Tularemia is the infection. Okay, so hopefully our vet can fix tularemia. And as a matter of fact, what I'll do, for future reference, let's put a staff path over here and see if we can connect that up. Yeah, there we go. So now our staff can run right through that tree. Let's actually move that guy aside here. And our grizzly bear is being put to work. Hang in there, Trinket. Yeah, hopefully our veterinarian working zone 2 will be fine. And that's what we were doing, looking for pronghorn antelopes. Now, I don't believe the pronghorn antelopes are in our animal trading center. No, it goes plain zebra to reticulated giraffe. So unfortunately, our bison will not be able to share their enclosure with anything that we can purchase. But everything is clever. Hey, AL Kingy is back. Good to see you. Then we also have Galaxy Raven 64. Haven't seen Galaxy Raven in the zoo yet. And Tierly 005. Well, I hope you all enjoy yourselves as we are building our zoo up as best we can. All right, so let's put down one more animal. And we've got Clamptobacteriosis, and luckily, we know all about the Clamptobacteriosis, so we will get a vet down here. Hopefully our grizzly bear is about done. Yeah, so our grizzly bear is being taken care of. Vet should be dropping the bear back off, and then we'll be en route once again to go heal up that Clampto. And we did put that runway right here so our vet can cut through and hopefully be nice and efficient. Yeah, it's a shame we don't have, like, we could put a dedicated staff path down this way so that they don't have to run against people, but we've got a pretty wide path. All right, so what we will do is we will look for one more animal. Once we put down, of course, our our education items and whatnot. Let's put down 3 donation bins. Let's put down 3 new garbage cans. Let's put down 2 new benches. Then we'll get our educational speaker up and set this to our American bison. So hopefully as people sit down on these benches, they will be enamored by the information pouring out of the speakers. That's going to be pretty cool. And let's say over here, we put down the sign for our American bison. Try to get some education up, and already people are like, oh, that's what we saw. Bison, bison. All right. So, we'll end the episode by looking at the Animal Trading Center and finding one more animal that we do not have in this zoo. Do we have cheetah? I believe we have cheetah. Let's take a look at our animals list. No, we don't have cheetah. So that could be our final animal. Do the cheetah require... I don't think the cheetah requires any water to swim in. And unfortunately... yeah, the one cheetah that's there is out of our price range, so we can skip that. Warthog, we've got the Galapagos giant tortoise. We can put down some Gemsbok, I think. We don't have any Gemsbok. Looks like they're cheap. They don't share anything, but we need 5 of them for them to be happy, but only 3,000 feet squared. So we might be able to squeeze in some Gemsbok, say, on this side. Since they don't require any water, we can sort of split this off, make it a loop, and have it come back around. Geez, I hear the elephant all the way over here. But anyway, looks like our vet is coming back with our bison, and when I come back, we should have an enclosure ready for our Gemsbok. All right, Gemsboks will be on their way. We have a pretty high fence along the way, but they don't need too awful much. We also have an inspector in the zoo, and our Galapagos giant tortoise got a 4-star rating. They seen Belicia. So Belicia was our target. The enrichment items is what really got it down, and there is no food enrichment. So, I don't know if we happen to know anything for the Galapagos giant tortoise, but we can take a look-see anyway. All right, species Galapagos, and let's just see what we know. So we've got the sprinkler. Oh, so they don't have a sprinkler. We'll go ahead and put that down. That'll be a little bit more enrichment. And we don't have any food. We got the herb scent marker, so that is all well and good. In order to make sure that hey, our aardvark got 5 stars. That's what I'm talking about. Where is that inspector, by the by? En route to Habitat 10 to see Jacob. All right, so Jacob the bear. How are you, Jacob the bear? You're at 98. Yeah, you're going to get a 5-star rating, I think. Okay, so that's one thing we can do. And then the African elephant to see Asabi. How are you, Asabi? You're at 95, so that should be a favorable review. And Habitat 11 to see Rashidi. And Rashidi is at 96, so that should be a favorable review. So I think we've got that inspection on lock. We only needed to get a 3-star rating, and I think we're going to get a 4 out of this. And then once we get... oh, disease risk. Our giraffe. Call the keeper, please. And then once our Gemsbok gets placed down, that will be another species in the zoo. That will be 12 out of 14. Once we get this area set up, we'll call it an episode. And then in the next episode, I believe we're going to hit our silver. We'll place the 2 habitat species that we need. And then, I don't know, but we may have most of these done as far as requirements go. So Gemsbok are in. That's going to be our 12th out of 14 species. They're running around like crazy. So the habitat isn't actually too bad. It's perfect as far as the land organization. They just need some hard shelter. So we can go ahead and do that. All right, construction? No, blueprints. Okay. They're kind of a, there's going to be a lot of them. I don't know, can we put down something like this? For them to chill at? Does that satisfy you? Yeah, take a look at that. So plenty of space, plenty of hard shelter, plenty of plants, and now we need some enrichment items for our Gemsbok. So hopefully, we know a little bit of something. All right, so we'll put down the large food trough over here. We'll put down our water pipe over there. We'll put down a rubbing pillar. This is pretty slanty stuff. Right there. And that will be their toy. Do we have a food? Yeah, we've got a small barrel feeder right there. We could use a little bit more food enrichment, but that isn't bad. That's a lot better than where they started. All right, we've got the mandrill is thirsty. Do you all not have a water pipe? I could have sworn, but maybe they don't. That could be a thing. Let's go ahead and put that down then, shall we? Habitat water pipe. There you go. Thirsty no more. Yeah, I could have sworn we put down a water pipe, but I can't be too sure. But go ahead and just take a gander over there, Barika. Ask and ye shall receive. You've got water. Don't go sticking your face in the sprinkler. So hopefully Barika figures their life out. And I think our Gemsbok are going to do well over here. We just need to get some education items down, and we will be good to go. So let's go ahead and do that then. We'll put down some donation boxes as well. Try to make up as much money as we can. And then we'll just sort of line this area with some Gemsbok goodies. Gemsbok. Star Trek 3 and the search for Gemsbok. There we go. So what we also did is in the interim, we pulled a power plant right down here that can get this entire area. And also I put a new keeper hut, staff restroom, and research area. So our folks won't have to walk too far if they're working in Zone 2. And I think all we need now is the sign to complete the ensemble. Something like a so. And now we've got some Gemsbok. All right, everyone. So in the next episode, our inspector should get done. And we should get at least a 4-star rating, I would think. We're going to put down our last 2 habitat species, probably right over here. And if we have access to the Siberian tiger, we can go ahead and get on that first. That way we can sort of complete that requirement. Yeah, so we've got Siberian tigers here, but we need some conservation credits to purchase them. So that's going to be our paywall, if you will, is finding all the youngins, getting them traded out of the zoo when they get crowded up, and saving for that Siberian tiger. So we can, in the meantime, find 2 species that are paid with cash and get them in the zoo, and that should be done. Hopefully, our vet is working on that. We should be fine on the profit side. Yeah, 47 grand per year. That's going to be fine. 2,200 guests in the zoo. We might have to do some more marketing. Our guest education rating is pretty garbage. And I think once the tiger gets in, that will sort of raise up the appeal. Let's see, actually, before this episode ends, can I get cheeky? Yeah, so I can delete these little rocks here. Okay, so that is actual land that I cannot. Although, I mean, that's just lighting. It doesn't really do anything. We'll demolish that and then link up this path right along here. I think that would work out okay. Yeah, if we just bring it out this way. Okay. Intersecting terrain. Don't bother me none. And then we start going down. And there we go. All right, so it looks like this path is completely connected, and now we've got a loop that goes from this island all the way around to this island. We'll definitely put down some benches along the way and some garbage cans. Let's see. Yeah, people are starting to walk this way. And we basically cut the travel distance in half so people on this side don't have to go up and over and all of that stuff. So that is pretty good. I like it. So pretty productive episode so far. I think we're doing okay. Yeah, 5-star, 5-star. All that's left is Asabi, and we should get a 4-star inspection rating, which will tick that box, and all we'll have to do is save up some conservation credits. Sweet. So that will do it for me in this episode of Planet Zoo, everyone. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next Planet Zoo video. Take care.